All right, FightHype.com with, let's just say it, the best young fighter in boxing. Not a prospect, though, a contender. Devin, speaking of that, though, for the people that do still consider you a prospect, I saw some lists by some reputable sources, and they had you as low as 5th or 6th when we're talking about top 10 young guys coming up. What do you think of that?
I mean, those lists don't make me, or they don't make me feel any kind of way, because I know how good of a fighter I am. I'm secure. I know my talent. And a lot of other people who really are reputable in the boxing world, as far as world champions, have put me up there with those top guys, and so has the boxing ranking. So those lists don't make me.
Do you think it at all is a political thing because you're trying to be your own promoter right now?
I don't know if it's a political thing or not. I don't know what it is. But like I said, I really don't pay attention to those lists. Like I see them, keep scrolling. It's not that important to me.
Now, could you touch on how important versatility is to you in the boxing ring?
Yeah, you got to be versatile. You got to be able to adapt. You got to be able to have many different styles. Because different opponents are going to bring different things that you're going to have to be able to adjust to. And a lot of people, they see some of these other fighters just knocking guys out. But what about when they get in there with a guy that they can't knock out? It's just you got to be able to be versatile.
I think sometimes when people look at you, they'll think of you as a slickster. But do you think when the time comes when you have to be the aggressor, you'll feel comfortable doing that?
Yeah, like my last fight, I was the aggressor. All 10 rounds. I showed that I can be the aggressor, I can be the boxer. And as my fights go on, y'all gonna see many different things that y'all never thought that I could do.
Do you think at the end of the day you're gonna lean one way or the other, back foot fighting or going forward? Do you think you're gonna have a preference one way or the other?
No. Like I said, I'm always gonna be versatile. Fights that I need to fight, being aggressive, then I will. Fights that I need to box, and move around and be slick and then break my opponent down, or whatever the case may be, I'm gonna be able to do it.
Now, is it true that you studied a lot of Canelo Alvarez going into that last fight?
Yeah. Going into my last fight, I studied a lot of Canelo and some other fighters. Because I knew that my opponent was going to use his legs, and I knew that I was going to have to break him down.
Could you, like, from being a young fighter, could you break down what it is that you see that makes Canelo a great fighter right now?
Canelo's slick. He does great body work. He picks his shots well. And Canelo's, he's at the top of the pound for pound list for me.
And he's able to be slick while going forward. And it looked like that was something you were working on with End again. How are you able to do that? Be aggressive and slick at the same time.
I mean, I've been boxing for a long time. It's stuff you learn, stuff that I learned in the gym. Stuff that I worked on. I just put it in effect in the fight.
Do you think he'll beat Daniel Jacobs? Do you think he wins that fight?
I think it's a good fight between both of them. Any given night, I feel like they could beat each other. Jacobs is the bigger man. Jacobs is strong. Jacobs has power. Canelo, all of the same things. They have about the same speed. On any given night, any one of those guys can beat each other. It's just whoever shows up that night.
What would you do to beat Canelo if you had to go up against him?
I would start with the jab. You know what I'm saying? Canelo looks for you to make mistakes. I would use a lot of jabs, a lot of feints on him. Let see his counters. And when I get in there, then I would know more, but I would be able to adjust.
Man, let me get an early prediction out of you though. Who if you had to pick, who's gonna pull that fight out?
The fans. I think the fans are gonna win.
No, I mean,
I think it's gonna be a terrific fight. I think the fans are gonna enjoy that one. So am I.
Yeah, that's not just you. Like sidestep. That it really probably will be a great fight. Right?
No, I really honestly think that it's gonna be a good fight. The styles, those two together are gonna be a good fight.